Assalamualaikum. Welcome back to session number 2, and in this session we will start where we left in our last session, and we also take the attendance of. So let me first send message to the students that we are taking the that we take attendance in this session as well. So everyone need to be present. So okay, so we were here and we were discussing the impact, the change in this area, in this region, that how this 7 become 6 and this U become W. I want to repeat it because it is important, and this step actually repeats multiple times during the steps. So I would like to repeat this again. So we started from U, and the aim is to create a uh, view of the network, which is true for you. So any packet which is destination to a particular router, uh, you know the node U, the router U, know where to send this packet. Okay. So in first step, it is very easy that the three nodes are the three routers which are connected to the U are written in the line in this record, and the router which is the preceding router is written over there. So after calculation of the first line, the the lower value is selected, which is 3, and the router which corresponds to this lower value W is then added to this list or this set. So now in step 1, the n dash set contains two routers inside. One is U and one is W, and it then recalculates how. So recalculate, we have to reach at W and then see how this W actually see the network. Okay. So because V is the first one, so we have to update the information about V. So to reaching V, it needs a cost 6 because 3 already traveled and 3 has to be traveled. So the total cost becomes 6. So it compare it with the earlier cost, and the lower cost will be written. So जब हम इनको कंपेयर करेंगे 6 and 7 को, we find that 6 is a lower value, so 6 is written here. And because we are at W, so the router will also be changed to W. So to reach V from U, the packet has to travel from W. अब दोबारा से इसको देख लीजिए. So from U to reach V, U to V, packet has to go to W because this cost is least cost as compared to the directly attached path. Directly attached path की बजाय it has to take the least cost path. यही क्वेश्चन था लास्ट स्लाइड में. चूंकि हम इस स्टेप को रिपीट कर चुके हैं, so I want if any student have a question, आप इस टाइम में ही क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं. क्योंकि इसके बाद ये स्टेप जब दोबारा आएगा, आई डू नॉट रिपीट अगेन एंड अगेन, जस्ट गो थ्रू इट, इससे बस जल्दी से हम गुजर जाएंगे. So if there is any question, okay, the other thing which changes in this line or in this row is this value, because at router W, Y is the router which is directly connected. So it is possible to Y is reachable, and Y is reachable from W, and the cost is added 3 plus 8, it become 11. So 3 plus 8 become 11. So cost is added, क्योंकि हम U के लिए व्यू बना रहे हैं, ये राउटर U है, इसके लिए व्यू बन रहा है, और एक स्टेप है जिसमें हम W तक पहुंच चुके हैं. बट स्टिल W जो है वो Z को नहीं देख पा रहा स्टेप 1 में, वो स्टेप 2 में अब हम देखते हैं कि क्या होगा, क्योंकि अभी इसमें से जो लीस्ट पाथ होगा उससे रिलेटेड जो राउटर है वो इस लिस्ट में आएगा. कौन सा राउटर आएगा? X आएगा, क्योंकि 5 देखिए, 5 जो है इट इज लेस देन 6 एंड लेस देन 11. तो अब इस लिस्ट में UW के बाद X है. सो UW और उसके बाद X. अब मैं इसे डिटेल को रिमूव करना चाहूँगा ताकि अब हम इसका नेक्स्ट स्टेप कर सकें. Okay, so X is now written, and then the value is recalculated in the perspective of X. अब हम X पे पहुंच चुके हैं. ठीक है, अब रिमेंबर हमने U से W तक पहुंचे थे, उसके बाद जो है वो अब हम जो है वो X पे, because X is the least cost, and at X we then recalculate the cost, और जहाँ जहाँ अपडेट होगा वहाँ वहाँ हम अपडेट करेंगे. V is not reachable from X, so the value will remain the same. Similarly, although Y is reachable, लेकिन अगर आप कैलकुलेट करें U से Y तक का पाथ जो है 7 plus 5 it become 12, and 12 is a number which is higher than 11, यानी 11 से ये वैल्यू बड़ी है, और ये एल्गोरिथम जो है ये लीस्ट कॉस्ट के लिए है. सो दिस वैल्यू विल रिमेन द सेम. अगर 11 से कम वैल्यू आती देन इट विल बी रिप्लेस्ड. और X जो है इट कैन सी द Z, so a new entry will appear that if from U to Z we want to reach from U to Z, then 5 plus 9, 14, and to reach Z you have to send a packet to X. Okay, so X is the new value, the new entry. जैसे कि यहाँ पे एक नई एंट्री आई थी स्टेप 1 में, so a new entry is added into 2, and then again a least value is selected, and the least value, as you can see, the least value is 6. So the router V become the next router in this list. So this way all the routers has to be visited. अब मैं ये इंफॉर्मेशन मिटाना चाहूँगा, और जो है वो इसको हम नेक्स्ट स्टेप पे चलते हैं. So in next step V become added to the set, and the values are recalculated, and the values which are finalized are circled as in red, and after that the least value is selected, and again the algorithm will run. The least value is now selected and the algorithm is run. So every router is now known to router U, and router U can now send a packet to the routers inside this network through this mechanism. अब हम इसको इस इंफॉर्मेशन को, जो अभी ये इंफॉर्मेशन आई है, इस इंफॉर्मेशन को यूज करेंगे कि हाउ दिस यू व्यू दिस नेटवर्क एंड how this U primarily form the routing or the forwarding table. So this red line show the view of the U to all of the routers. If U has to reach the router Y, then it has to follow this path. The packet has to follow this path. It has to go to W, it has to go to B, and it has to go to the Y. So this is depicted here, that how it happens, that the X become the next part, similarly then Y, because it is least. So you add it up, and finally we have this shape of the network at U. U के ऊपर अगर हम खड़े हो, you can view the network like this. Every router is reachable. V is directly reachable. X is directly reachable. Y is reachable through X. Similarly, W is reachable through X, and Z is reachable through X. So you knows about the network, how it reach to the routers inside the network. So, but every packet, अगर कोई भी पैकेट यहाँ पहुँचता है U पे, for a host connected to V, then it forward to V, and if it's a host connected to any of other routers, for example X, Y, Z or W, then it forward packet to X. That's all. इस चीज को जब हम फॉरवर्डिंग टेबल में लिखेंगे तो वो इस तरीके से बनेगा. इफ डेस्टिनेशन इज V, then use this link UV, ये वाला link UV. If destination is X, then use the link UV, UX, this one. If destination is Y, then use the link UX. If destination is W, then use the link UX. If destination is Z, then use the link UX. Remember, forwarding table is a local implementation. ये local implementation. So local implementation means every incoming packet or in queue has to be forwarded to the out queue. And this operation is inside the primarily the data plane or the fabric function. So the control function, जो कि routing table algorithms है, is used to generate this forwarding table, and then this forwarding table is implemented to the in queue. So all the चूँकि router में तमाम queues जो हैं वो in और out दोनों होती हैं, so IO queues होती हैं, so it is implemented on the each primarily port of the router. तो इस तरीके से हमने एक एल्गोरिदम जो है उसको हमने देख लिया है, और हमें पता चल गया कि राउटर किस तरीके से जो है वो उसका एल्गोरिदम रन होगा और किस तरीके से जो है वो एक फॉरवर्डिंग टेबल बनाएगा, और जब ये मेमोरी में चली जाएगी और इसी तरीके से ये तमाम राउटर्स जो हैं ये अपना फॉरवर्डिंग टेबल बना लेंगे, और ये इंफॉर्मेशन जो है वो एक स्टेबल इंफॉर्मेशन रीच हो जाए, स्टेबल स्टेट रीच हो जाएगी. तो ये जो फॉरवर्डिंग टेबल है ये प्राइमरीली हर राउटर के ऊपर उस राउटर की स्टेट को रिप्रेजेंट करेगा, क्योंकि हमने कहा था कि स्टेट इज प्राइमरीली लिंक्ड विद द मेमोरी, ए कंसेप्ट व्हिच इज लिंक्ड विद द मेमोरी. Okay. So if there is any question right now, okay, if there is no question, we go towards the attendance. And we mark the attendance of those students which are present. शहरोज का अभी मेरे पास जो है वो मैसेज आया है, उनका मोबाइल जो है वो छीन गया है, उनको मैंने लिंक भेज दिया है ज्वाइन करने के लिए व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप को. ओके, सो वी हैव ऑल द मेंबर्स विद अस. मुनीत साहब है, साथ है और शहरोज है. अनस नहीं है आज. कोई बता सकता है अनस के बारे में? अनस ज्वाइन नहीं कर पाया आज. अभी तक इन्होंने भी ज्वाइन नहीं किया है. तो अगर इन्होंने ज्वाइन कर लिया तो फिर हम दोबारा इनकी अटेंडेंस अपडेट कर देंगे. ओके, नाउ वी मूव फॉरवर्ड टू another algorithm which is related with the distance vector. So this algorithm is related with another uh, equation which is called a Bellman Ford equation. And this equation primarily take care of the least cost path by using a formula, and that formula is written here, that if we want to go from x to y, that is the cost of the least cost path from x to y, and there is a router between x and y which is b, then we use this formula that we take a minimum of cost and the distance which is calculated over the router b. थोड़ा सा इसको समझ लेते हैं, ये थोड़ा सा मेरा चूंकि फार्मूला है और इसका कंसेप्ट थोड़ा सा जरा डिफरेंट है, इसको थोड़ा हम समझ लेते हैं, कलर चेंज कर लेते हैं. Let's say these are our primarily routers जिनको x और y कहा गया है. और इसी तरीके से एक राउटर इनके बीच में कहीं पे मौजूद है. और भी बहुत सारे राउटर्स हैं, लेकिन कहीं पे एक और राउटर v के नाम से मौजूद है. So when calculating the distance or the least cost distances, so take the cost from x to v and then add it to the cost to the y. Now, because it has to be taken over v, so that means v is not the only router which exists inside the path. So there are other routers as well. So let me mention few more routers here. So this router is also part of V. So calculating the path to x from x to y. Now we have three paths from x to y. They are passing through the routers. which we have labeled with V. So we calculate this formula and let me call it V1, let me call it V2, let me call it V3. So the formula is then generalizes in this way that we take a uh, minimum cost xv1 plus the distance of v1 towards y. Similarly, cost uh, cost of x to v2 plus the distance from v2 to y. Similarly, cost from x to v3 plus d from dv3 to y. So in this way, the cost is calculated and a minimum value from all the available values is selected. इन्होंने फार्मूले को एक एब्स्ट्रैक्ट वे में लिखा है. They have written the formula in a abstract way. So the information जो मैंने यहाँ आपको लिख के यहाँ इस चीज को बताया है और इस डायग्राम की मदद से बताया है, this is equivalent. So if there is any question, इस चीज को अभी हम देखेंगे. नेक्स्ट जो है थोड़े लेबल्स भी पढ़ लेते हैं. So the minimum taken over the neighbors v of x. So cost to the neighbor v and cost from neighbor v to the destination y. So this is how it is calculated. इसको थोड़ा सा जरा देख लीजिए यहाँ पे. We are primarily taking one example. So in this example, we are going from u to z. U to z. So from u to z, we see the connected neighbors. So the connected neighbors are this. Connected neighbor is this one. Connected neighbor is this one. And the connected neighbor is this one. Okay. So this can be broken down. This distance can be broken down to the three distances in which cost from u to v plus the distance from v to z. Okay. Cost from u to v. So we reach from u to v. And then we see how we can reach from v to z. Okay. From v to z. And similarly, cost from u to x and the distance from x to z and cost from u to w. These are the direct links and the distance from w to z. Okay. From w to z. So because some information थोड़ी देर के लिए assume किए कि this information is given and then we put this information into the formulas and from after calculation we get the minimum value is 4. और आप बहुत आसानी से नेटवर्क को देख के अंदाजा लगा सकते हैं कि U से Z तक पहुंचने के लिए if we follow this path, its cost is 4. Any other path from U to Z will have a higher value than 4. So this is one example which demonstrates the Bellman-Ford equation. जब हम राउटिंग प्रोटोकॉल्स में देखेंगे कि इसको किस तरीके से इम्प्लीमेंट किया गया है, दैट इम्प्लीमेंटेशन इज वेरी इजी. इट विल नॉट टेक, जिस तरह अभी हमें लिंक स्टेट में इससे पहले एल्गोरिथम था, वेबस्टर्स एल्गोरिथम जो है उसमें थोड़ी मेहनत करनी पड़ी, इसमें हमें ज़्यादा मेहनत नहीं करनी पड़ेगी. And we take a simple network example because this protocol is designed for the decentralized environment and only the adjacent routers exchange this information. थोड़ा सा मैं इसको छोड़ रहा हूँ थोड़ी थ्योरी को, and we are moving towards the example. And in this example जो कि इस पे हम कंप्लीट भी कर लेंगे आज के सेशन. इस एग्जांपल में देखिए, the first step is every node make a table and this table is in the form of a two-dimensional matrix. और इस मैट्रिक्स के अंदर या अरे के अंदर जो है आप देखें कि एक्स वाई जेड टू एक्स वाई जेड कॉस्ट इज देन डिटरमिन्ड. अब चूंकि x के ऊपर हम मौजूद हैं तो x knows about its distance which is 0, then x knows the distance to y which is 2, then x knows the distance to z which is 7. So this 0 is written, 2 is written and 7 is written. When we are at x and we want to reach towards x, we see its cost is 0. From x to y, the cost is 2. From x to z, the cost is 7. And similarly, the other routers, the information from the other routers, we do not know at the first step. So because we are at the node x, so we do not know what is y के पास क्या है, z के पास क्या है, but x knows about itself and its connected neighbors. Similarly, when we go to the node y, then y knows about itself and y knows about the cost to the other routers. So from y to x, the cost is 2. From y to y, the cost is 0. From y to z, the cost is 1. So similarly, at z, the cost from z to x is 7. So we have a question. ओके हनीफ, आप लॉग आउट करके लॉग इन कर लीजिए दोबारा, क्योंकि आपका स्क्रीन ब्लैंक शो हो रहा है ना. So you just log out and log in again. It's a local problem. Okay, thank you. So after the routers primarily know about themselves, then they can exchange information. ये आप आपस में एक दूसरे से इंफॉर्मेशन एक्सचेंज कर सकते हैं. जब ये अपनी इंफॉर्मेशन भेजेंगे, 201 हमने लिख दिया y पे, z की इंफॉर्मेशन आ गई 710, then x recalculates its values, its cost according to the formula. Okay, वो फार्मूला क्या है? It then recalculates by using this formula that from cost from x to y and the distance from y to y. Similarly, the minimum value between this and cost from x to z and from the distance from z to y. From network, we can calculate these values. The cost between link x and y is 2 and the distance from y to y is 0. So 2 and 0. And finally, cost from x to z is 7. And similarly, the distance from z to y is 1. So the minimum value between 2 and 8 is 2. So this then similarly the value is calculated for z, the formula is written and we get the value 3. Same thing happens on the other routers as well, and the table is then calculated. Once the table is calculated, then the new values are shared. Okay, the new values are shared. And once the new values are shared, then there is a recalculation. And after the recalculation, as you can see, all the routers have the same information. Okay, the same matrix which shows how one router can see the other router. Y knows how X see the network. Z knows how Y and X can see the network, and similarly Z knows how Z see the network. So all the routers have the same information. So this is a simple network. If there are more nodes, a similar mechanism takes place, and depending upon the nodes in the network, all the information is computed in a number of steps, and finally each router has the same information at its uh, routing table or the forwarding table. So if there is any question regarding this one. So we have gone through, there are some advantages and there are some disadvantages of the algorithm. I'm not going into the details, but I'm going to the comparison between these two algorithms, because a comparison is important when we decide which algorithm should have a high priority than the other algorithm. Okay, so as you can see, the link state time, the link state algorithm, the Dexter algorithm converges depending upon the number of nodes. So the number of nodes, the number of iterations on each node depend on the number of routers present in the network. Whereas the DV, in the case of distance vector, the exchange between neighbors, and it primarily depend and it varies. If there are more neighbors, it takes more time, and if there are fewer neighbors, it takes less time. And it also depends upon the how bigger the network is. So speed of the convergence is also important, because there may be loops, there may be problems, so there may be oscillations. So each algorithm has plus and minus as well. There's also a parameter which is called the robustness. If there is a malfunction, device may malfunction, or the wrong information present in the information which is exchanged between the routers can have a faulty information inside. So in this case, primarily both the algorithms suffer in a different way. Details are available in the book. Now, in finally, we going to have a very quick review of the hierarchical routing, which primarily uh, is based on due to the administrative autonomy, in which a private network or a corporate network want to primarily administer its network or network in a different way, because over the network जो इंटरनेट है, there are अनकाउंटेबल नोड्स, जो कि यहाँ तो उन्होंने 600 मिलियन लिखा है डेस्टिनेशंस, but there may be many more due to the presence of IoTs and other sensors which are capable to send information on the internet as well. So the administrative autonomy to जो owners है, they want to ensure कि जो information जो है allowed information can pass through their networks, and the information which is unnecessary do not allow to pass through their networks. So this is one of the way how the hierarchical routing is primarily implemented. The main unit is the autonomous system or the AS number. So there are two type of algorithms which are running in the hierarchical routing, and they are inter-AS and intra-AS. The inter-AS primarily algorithm ensure the information about the adjacent autonomous systems or AS is available, and the intra or the inside routing algorithms ensure that this information which is available is applicable to all of the routers. So all of the routers know if they want to send some information, let's say to AS2, so where they need to send the information, and if they want to send information to AS3, then where they have to send the information so that it reaches to AS3. So in this case, because we have only 4 minutes left, so in this case, and we have just a quick review, जब हम इसकी इम्प्लीमेंटेशन देखेंगे उसमें थोड़ा हम इसको डिटेल में देख लेंगे. So both routing algorithms work together to form what is a forwarding table on each of the routers. So one, the intra AS sets the entries for internal destinations. That means the destinations which are internal. Remember, router is not the actual destination. Actual destination is the host which is connected to that router, or a subnet which is connected to that router. क्योंकि उस सबनेट के ऊपर जो है वो जो डेस्टिनेशन है और जो सोर्स है. So intra-AS and inter-AS primarily sets entries for the external destination as well. So what are the tasks which are related? And let me take another example with the subnet X. And this subnet X is reachable from AS1 is through AS3. थोड़ा सा इसमें लिखा भी हुआ है बहुत कुछ, लेकिन I am focusing on this network, that how the forwarding table is, the entry for the forwarding table is generated. So the entry for the forwarding table is generated as the routing tables inform each of the routers that if they need to send information to subnet X, then they need to send this information to AS3 so that the AS3 can deliver to the subnet X. So the routers in this AS1 knows that if they want to send information to any host which is connected to the subnet X, they need to send information to AS3. And to send to AS3, they have to send information to this router which is labeled as 1C. So all the routers, including this 1C, knows that information towards subnet X has to pass through the AS3. इस चीज़ को जो है वो हम इंशाल्लाह ताला जब हम राउटिंग एल्गोरिथम्स को की डिटेल्ड इम्प्लीमेंटेशन देखेंगे तो उसमें हम ये चीज़ जो है इसको हम देखेंगे. आज हम यहीं तक रखेंगे अपना सेशन. थोड़ा सा आज चूँकि ग्रेजुएट स्कूल में कुछ प्रेजेंटेशंस थी प्रोजेक्ट की, उन प्रोजेक्ट प्रेजेंटेशन की वजह से उसमें हमारे भी कुछ प्रोजेक्ट थे और उनको हमें रीवर्क भी करना था, जिसकी वजह से हमें काफ़ी टाइम उसमें स्पेंड करना पड़ा. तो इंशाल्लाह नेक्स्ट क्लास हमारी टाइम पे ही होगी इंशाल्लाह. सो इफ देयर इज एनी क्वेश्चन आज के टॉपिक से रिलेटेड, अगर कोई क्वेश्चन हो आप पूछ सकते हैं, और अगर आप चाहें तो पोस्ट भी कर सकते हैं. ये सेशन 1 मिनट में कंप्लीट हो जाएगा. रिपोर्ट और प्रेजेंटेशन अब आपकी ड्यू है. कोशिश कीजिएगा कि टाइम पे आप जमा करवा दें. आपके कुछ साथियों ने जमा करवा दिया है ऑलरेडी, जो रिलेटेड हैं वो भी जमा करवा दें. जी आप कहना चाह रहे हैं?
जी सर, मैं कह रहा था कि जो क्विज हमारा क्विज 1 और क्विज 2 जो हुआ है, इसके अगर आंसर हमें मिल जाते ताकि क्लियर हो जाए कहाँ पे हमारी गलती हुई, अगर कोई, और इसी तरह असाइनमेंट में भी.
आपको आंसर नेक्स्ट वीक में इंशाल्लाह मैं प्रोवाइड कर दूंगा. वैसे बहुत आसान है, उसमें मैंने मेंशन कर दिया था कि कौन सा सेक्शन रेलिवेंट. एनीहाउ प्रोवाइड द आंसर्स. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, थैंक यू.
ठीक है सर.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातहू.